In this video, we're going to be talking about webhooks, and where we are in the program, we're in the white label section in the webhooks area, and you're able to create webhooks here. Now, what does this mean? This means, or this particular area is when you make a sale of this particular system and it's standalone, you're using the inbuilt Stripe program, but maybe you want to send some information to another platform when a new customer buys from you. Now, let's see how that would work. Somebody comes, you've shared your package link, you've created a package for sale, you've shared it to somebody, they've clicked, they've made a purchase, they've now got a license to your own branded copy of the leads tool, but you want to capture that data. You want to capture their name and their email address, and you want to put them into your CRM or into your database somewhere. That's what this section is for. So what happens is you're able to send information to a webhook using this particular area here. Now, what webhook is that? Let's say, for example, that you run Salesforce or HubSpot or a GHL or Keep or any ClickFunnels, anything like that. And when somebody buys your program, you want to send their data across and make sure that that new customer is also showing up in your customer database. So for this example, we're going to use GHL, and we're going to use the webhook function. So we're going to use GHL, but again, the same process for Zapier or Make or Integromat or Pabbly, any of those programs. So you can send to a specific URL, and I'm going to show you that. I might show you this with GHL and also with Zapier. So here I am in GHL, and what I want to do is create an incoming webhook where information's coming into my CRM program. So again, this is in GHL. I'll show you the same thing in Zapier as well, so that then Zapier can connect to Salesforce or HubSpot or any other platform on the web using Zapier. But here I am in my automations. This is specifically for GHL. And what I'm going to do is create an automation that is fired or triggered by an incoming webhook. And I want to show you how this works. So this is new sale, all right, leads program. When somebody buys the program, I want them to come in as a customer. Now, in this case, my trigger, my starting point is going to be a webhook. So I want a webhook as my trigger. So it's an inbound webhook with GHL. That's a platinum or premium thing. So you need to make sure you've got your premium webhooks turned on. But this is now my trigger. And it gives me this URL. This is exactly what I need. So I want this URL. I'm coming back across to my platform and I'm pasting it in there. Okay, so now what do I want to send? In this particular case, maybe when a new subscription is created, I want to send to that particular webhook. All right, so let me click on create. There we go. So there's my webhook and it is sending across to my system. I can send a test just like that. All right, so I'm going to send that across. And you can see that it's got that information there. And back in my my platform, I can fetch that test that I just sent. There it is. So I've got that information. So we came across, it's got username, password, all of that kind of thing. So John Johnson, customer example, and that's exactly what we sent across. There we go. John Johnson, customer example. So we sent that data across. Now we can map that in. So we can say, okay, we've got this trigger coming in, and let's now create a contact with that. So we can say, okay, the contact first name, we can pull that from the incoming webhook. There it is. We can add the last name, pull that in from the incoming webhook. Again, we grab that there, inbound webhook, last name, email, same thing. Let me grab that, email. From the trigger email, there we go. So I'm bringing all of that data in. So what's happening is now, let me just save this. Now, whenever somebody buys using my own package link system, it's also sending a trigger into my database and creating a brand new contact. Now, that same thing can work inside of, let's say, for example, Zapier. So I'm just going to pause. I'll just fire up Zapier and I'll show you the same thing. Okay, so here we are in Zapier, and again, this is the same for Pabbly, Integromat, anywhere that can accept an incoming webhook. So I'm going to click on Create. I'm going to create a brand new Zap, as they call here, and I'm going to fire that by a webhook. So I want a webhook to be the incoming event, and again, I want to catch that webhook. It's going to give me a URL. Continue here. There's the URL, okay? So copy that. And again, I'm back in my white label suite system and I'm going to create a new webhook now. So new webhook, paste in that one from Zapier. Again, when the subscription is created, send that across and boom, done. So now again, I can send from Zapier to a Google spreadsheet. I can send it into a Facebook custom audience. I can send it into Salesforce or HubSpot. I can send it anywhere. So long as I can get that information into a webhook, I can then use Zapier to post that out. So the webhook system here is designed for when you're taking sales using the inbuilt sales system of the White Label Suite program, and then making sure that that customer data is also updating your database, making sure you've got those people coming in. Now, we've also got webhook events there for things like subscription updated or subscription deleted. So if the subscription is cancelled, if the subscription is updated, as in they pay again, we might want to have another webhook send that data update, send a welcome email, cancel their account, do anything else that happens when the subscription events are fired there as well. So not only from creating customers, but if we're then deleting accounts or we're updating those subscriptions, we can also send that data across to our database. So right here in our white label piece, in the webhook system, you can set this up so that any transactions within the White Label Suite system with your customers also then go across and update your database using that webhook program.